was a scary game where it looked like the Cowboys may have a shot to come back, but on cue, they do something incredibly dumb. And that dumb thing was, we have 16, 18, 14 seconds on the play clock. Dak's like, let me run up the middle of the field. I don't care if it was a play call or not. If I'm Dak, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And the reason they have to do it is Dak can't make clutch throws outside the numbers. And if you're paying a quarterback $40 million a year, you have to be able to throw it like Patrick Mahomes, where he can throw it on a dime, 60 yards down the field. Josh Allen can throw it on a dime, 50 to 80 yards down the field, and make a huge completion outside the numbers. Dak is beating you all in the middle. He can't beat you outside the numbers, and he's just not making huge throws, and it's just very disappointing. I mean, what ref gets the ball set in 8 seconds? Like, it's just not realistic. It's not going to happen. I remember when Chip Kelly was running his fast offense, and then they get to the line so fast, and the refs were like, no, you can't run the play. You have to wait for us to set the ball. And it's still usually an average of 10 seconds with how long it takes the ball. And then Dak commending the fans for throwing trash at the refs, asked again, hey, so when you said you commend the fans for throwing trash at the refs, were you saying it's a good thing they threw trash at the refs? And Dak's like, well, yeah, I said what I said. Like, what? This is your franchise quarterback? This is Mr. I'm so mature and everything. I'm perfect. I'm going to sit out a Kanye concert because it's not what a franchise quarterback would do. And then you're going to turn around and say, yeah, it's good they threw trash at the refs. Like, get out of here. That's such a clownish thing to say. What do you think of Dak?
I think that he's not the answer. The Cowboys, at this point, you see a lot of good players on defense. I know their O-line is aging, but they still have a good O-line, and clearly they're good at drafting O-linemen, so they're going to be able to bolster that up soon. The problem with the Cowboys, for one thing, their coaching is atrocious. I mean, 14 penalties, that lays on coaching. Couldn't get it done on third down. And then Mr. Dak Prescott, with all these weapons around him. We were talking earlier about how it would be if the Patriots went out and got Derek Carr or something like that. What other quarterback, if they were in the Cowboys' position, would elevate them to the Super Bowl? I mean,
Garoppolo.
We'll just go down the list. Patrick Mahomes, obviously. We'll get rid of all the obvious guys, right? Jimmy Garoppolo, with what he has with the 49ers, he has a chance to make a Super Bowl run. He faces the Packers, not overwhelming favorites. They have a good run. They have a good chance. And everyone shit on Jimmy Garoppolo because he threw an interception. Dak threw an interception, and guess what? Nobody talked about it.
Also, Garoppolo tore the bone off of his hand just a few weeks ago. Jimmy Garoppolo is playing hurt right now, and the injury came with a broken bone in his throwing hand. I mean, it's tough to throw the football when you have a broken hand. It's like Jimmy Garoppolo is not 100% right now, so you can't put that, throw on him. It's like, you're going to have tough throws like that. And it really wasn't a horrible pick. It was just kind of, you hate to see it, but still, Cowboys, this was Dan Quinn versus Kyle Shanahan. Whose fault was it that they blew a 28-3 lead? Whoever loses this game, it lays on them. So I guess we're blaming Dan Quinn for that Super Bowl loss forever. Yeah. Any more to say about Dak commending fans for throwing trash at the refs?
It's embarrassing. I mean, the Cowboys' loss in itself was embarrassing because they had Super Bowl aspirations. But then after this embarrassing loss, you have your tails tucked between your legs, and to say some dumb shit like that, like, what are you doing? Like, You can't be doing that. One last thing I do want to add about this game, this was right in the 49ers' wheelhouse. I mean, everything that they did, rushed all over them, 170 yards. Not a lot of takeaways and not a lot of turnovers. I mean, they had that one interception that, whatever. Got to the quarterback, sacked Dak 5 times, converted on third down about 50% of the time, and owned time of possession. That's basically what's going to win them games.
Yeah. And one more thing for me to add. If you're going to brag about the strength of Micah Parsons, Leighton Vander Esch, your linebackers, your defensive line, you should damn well be able to stop the run. And the Cowboys could not do that. 169 rushing yards allowed. If you're going to pump up how good your front seven is, you should probably show up and stop the run.
Yeah, I feel like the whole time, just not in the right mindset. They just couldn't get anything going. And ultimately, I mean, you got a lot of question marks. Do you fire Mike McCarthy? Do you move on from Dak? These are questions you're going to have to answer in the offseason.